I'm a good person, I swear. You might not trust my words due to the overwhelming bloodshed before your eyes. And you know what? That's fair. Nonetheless, you're here, so hello. Nice to meet your acquaintance. I would shake your hand, but they're a little covered in blood right now. And that's not very hygienic, is it? Okay, with my dark boomer humor aside, today, I want to talk to you guys about a VR game known as Watchlist Simulator. I mean Blade and Sorcery. Before we talk about the game any further, let me first give you a quick summary. Blade and Sorcery is exactly how it sounds, a game where you play with blades and use sorcery. It's a single player VR melee combat title with a huge focus on physics. The game has a few different arenas you can fight in and has a randomly generated dungeon. The game is actually very limited to what you can do in the base game, but with 4,900 mods available on Nexus, I'm sure you can find something you might enjoy. Side note, a new update just dropped, so I guarantee 99% of those mods are outdated, but 4,900 sounds a lot better than 30, doesn't it? Before we talk about the good in this game, I want to be harsh on it. Blade and Sorcery is arguably a horrible game that is more like a tech demo than an actual title. The amount of modes is actually pathetic, with its only saving grace being the dungeon. It's a game where you have to make your own fun and entertain yourself. Think open world, then rip away the huge map and throw in a small circle. Oh, game modes you're asking for? Well, you can play anything you wish as long as it's in this book. Or on Nexus. Okay, I felt I needed to get that out because it'd be ethically and morally wrong to sweep that under the rug. I want to be honest with you guys. I have a medieval bias, so that might sway my opinion. And by that I mean I'm definitely wearing some rose-tinted glasses. The game has many problems and is not even close to being perfect, but it still leaps and bounds ahead of its competition. I'm a huge fan of Immersion and go out of my way to seek it out, and this game gives me the immersion I so desire, and then rips it away. The game is undoubtedly infested with bugs, and I'm actually not mad about it because the game is so groundbreaking in its own way. Some people complain about the sword handling, saying it's unrealistic and limiting, and sure, you can argue that the swords feel too heavy and slow, in turn making them not very realistic, but I'm here to argue that it's beneficial and adds to the game's immersion factor. It's not hard to find a mod on Nexus that lightens your weapons and makes the handling as fast as you can swing, but I feel doing so hurts the game in two ways. First, the AI's reaction time is too slow, making them easier to defeat, in turn ruining my immersion. And the second factor is that the VR hand controls tend to be a little shaky, also detrimental to my immersion. Or maybe I just have a tremor I should talk to my doctor about. I'm joking, of course, I'm a fine specimen. But for those of you that are fine with throwing reality away and instead just enjoy having fun, that complaint is not important. Another thing I would like to bring up is the skill ceiling, because it's imperative for your enjoyment in this game. You won't find that killing people in this game is difficult because it's not. They will literally kill themselves. The thing that does take skill is trying to kill things in a way that doesn't bug out the game and ruin your immersion. I recommend only attacking with purposeful, well-placed strikes and slashes. It's a game where the better you get, the less buggy it gets, if that makes any sense. But it is kind of amusing how the player is the one to set the parameters for the game rather than the game enforcing the parameters on the player. I want to make this clear, I'm not trying to talk down on the developers. I'm actually very impressed with the progress they made on the game and will be an everlasting fan of theirs. Blade and Sorcery is actually one of my favorite games of all time, VR or not. It's a game where you can feel as though you're a swordsman capable of cutting down any foe. Just kidding, it's a psychopath simulator and I'm addicted. Sometimes when I'm playing, I have these moments of self-awareness and question if I'm actually okay. The answer is probably not, but luckily my self-awareness doesn't stretch that far. I would say the Blade and Sorcery community is the most desensitized community in all of gaming. I'm actually torn because I can't figure out if it's funny or just fucked up. I'm gonna read some comments from a video and you can judge the mental state of the players, or at least the viewers. The sound effects in this game got so much better. The gurgling you hear because a person had their throat cut or ran through. 10 out of 10. Thank you for showing me this. The attention to detail is really good. The muffled sound of their voice when you cover their mouth and the gurgle of the blood when someone's throat is cut. Fire game. Just realized I sound crazy AF typing this shit. Throughout this video I was holding out hope to see you beat down one of them with another one's body. But what I wanted never came. Still a great video though. Thumbs up. You know what, churn butter, I'm gonna give you what you want. Because without you my toast would suck. I think we're reaching the end of the video now. I don't really have anything else to say. I feel like I said my piece with this game. I do want to thank you guys for the support I got from the DayZ video. We are now at 57 subscribers, so that's pretty neat. If you do like this video, subscribe because it does help me out. It doesn't help me out. I actually don't know what the fuck it does, but I like it, so yeah. One thing I want to make known is that I read a lot of reviews online, and this game makes quite a few people feel nauseous when they play. So for that, I say just buy it on Steam, then you can refund it if it does make you feel sick. The game is definitely worth the price tag, and all in all, I'd give it an 8.9 out of 10.